Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Power BI on our channel ColorStack. And in this video, we will analyze healthcare expectancy data with Power BI. And you can see the data here. It is available on GitHub. I will provide the link of this data. We have year, country, spending in USD, and life expectancy. So first of all, I'll explain this data with the help of ChatGPT. You can see the sample data provided is a snippet of data set that is used in the Seaborn library. The data set contains information on different countries, their spending in USD, and their life expectancy across different years. Each row of the data set represents a specific year for a specific country, along with the spending in USD and the life expectancy of that year. So we have these four columns, and now we will visualize this in Power BI. So first of all, we'll open Power BI here, and we'll download this data here. When you have to download a data from GitHub, you can just go to raw file, and you can see. Now we will simply connect this data with Power BI. It's a CSV file, so we'll use text CSV. CSV file, you can see the columns. Since all the columns are correct here, so we will simply load it. We have to see the correct mapping of columns, and now we have the data. So first we will do some exploratory analysis here. You can see we have country. So we have one categorical column, which is country, and we have three numerical columns: life expectancy, spending USD, and year. Year obviously is given as a number. We will see here. It is given as an integer, but it can also be easily converted into date time or date value. So we will see that later. And when you see these sigma signs or this summation sign over here, this means that this particular value has a data type of a number. Now we will see one simple thing, country-wise life expectancy. So for that, you just select these two columns. And here you can see automatically it shows us a map data, and it is showing us sum of expectancy. So what when you select these columns by default, you will see sum here, right? In your location, we will use country, and in bubble size, you will see sum of life expectancy. So with the help of this bubble size, you will be able to analyze what is the total sum of life expectancy. Okay, this is one way of finding out. Other way is using a simple stat column chart or a simple bar chart. So let's say we have a bar chart. Here on Y, we have two axes, right? X axis and Y axis. So we can drag countries on X axis and life expectancy on Y axis. And you will see the data. Okay, here you can see because it is showing us for every row. Okay, and if if we simply click here, and so we can see that it is showing us data of every row. What we will do here is we will simply create a measure. For that, we will go to modeling, and from here we will create a new measure. So we have created many videos related to DAX queries on our channel. So you can follow those DAX queries, and we will keep posting different DAX query channels. So please subscribe to our channel so that all the basic and advanced DAX queries are clear to you. And we will call it total life expectancy. And here we will just simply use sum function, and in sum function we will just use life expectancy. So this way our measure will always show sum of life expectancy. Now let's try the bar graph again. So we have a bar graph here. On x-axis we have country, and on y-axis we have life expectancy. Now you can see this data is more clear, and you can see the total life expectancy or sum of life expectancy is 4050. That is highest for Japan. Now here first we have to understand what this life expectancy means and whether we have to actually do the sum or something else. So this is actually the average age a person will live, right? So in 1970, Germany or a spending of with a spending in USD of 252.311, the life expectancy was 70 years, right? This is the average value. This spending USD can be spending on healthcare, total spending on any particular other type of health measures. So with this much amount of spending on healthcare or this much expenses on healthcare, what was the life expectancy? So here doing a sum is not a good. Here doing a sum is not the best thing to do because this is average, so you cannot calculate it by sum. Okay, that's why we will create a measure. This is wrong, obviously. So either we can edit this. So we will call it average life expectancy, and instead of sum, we will use average. Okay. Now average. And now we will simply update this, and now you will be able to see this data. Now we have average of life expectancy. We'll remove this from the visual and drag average here. So here you can see average of life expectancy in the data is more in case of France, then in Japan, then Canada, and Great Britain, Germany, and USA. We have these countries here. So this is how you can calculate average life expectancy. Spending is USD is a value that people spend for every country every year. We have the samples. So that is something there you can calculate a sum of total spending. So we can create a simple measure. We'll go to modeling, new measure, and total spending. We will calculate total spending. These measures are dynamic. So when we create sum of this, so it based on what I have selected in the data visual, it will filter itself. And if you have to add filter or remove filter or ignore filter, we have DAX functions for that. So that is all covered in the DAX series that we have. So here we will use spending and this. Now we will simply create this, and we can create any type of chart here. We can also use the vertical bar. Here also we have X and Y. So we have spending, we have total spending. We'll put on Y axis because it's the value. Height of bar will be represented by total numerical value and then country. This is how you can create a simple graph. You can also create a bar graph for finding year-wise spending, year-wise total spending. So you can copy the visual and paste it here. And instead of country, we can also include year. So this is year-wise spending, which shows that starting from the first year that we have in the data, we can zoom it here. Starting from 1970, you can see the average spending on healthcare expenses has been increased. And in the year 2020, for this, up to which this data is, total spending was more. Right? And what we can do here is in this graph, when we have total spending by year, just to explain it in a better way, we will put it in a separate page. Later, you can create a dashboard also by putting them all together. How to design and create a dashboard. We have many videos on our channel. So I will put the links in description. So now what we can do here is we also have a legend. In legend, we usually drag a column that is categorical. So here every bar represents is total spending for that particular year. For example, let's see, this total bar length is representing total amount of spending in USD for that year. Now, in Legend, we can drag something like country. If you will drag something like country, you will see this total bar length will be divided into 4 or 5 countries, and then you will be able to see the ratio of each country here. So let's just drag country as legend, and here you can see. So this is something that you can see, and here legend means this is the legend which represents that purple color is for USA, pink color is for Japan, then for Great Britain. So you can also see the breakup of values. So this is USA, this is Japan, how much they spend. So in one graph, this is how you can calculate these values. We have ribbon chart also for this. Ribbon chart will show you the data of year by year increase. Like you can see here, USA, which is purple in color, was on top from the starting, and it remained on top till the end, right? But on the other hand, this France, you can see, it is in later years, amount of spent, the total amount is spent for US for France is less than that of Canada. Okay, so this will give you a comparison also, their rank also. So this is a simple ribbon chart. A separate video for ribbon chart has also been created. So this was a very short video that we wanted to create, and one of the students asked us to create this video so that he gets an idea of bar chart and ribbon chart. And you can also try it on your own and see how it goes for you. You can also try different type of charts like line chart here. So when you have continuous data, something like year or a time value, so always put that on x-axis. So we will just drag it onto the x-axis, and year-wise total life expectancy and year-wise total spending in US, you can put that. So you can also compare two numericals. Obviously, these two values are of different scale. So like a flat line, but let's say we want to just analyze sum of life expectancy by year. So you can put it on a straight line. Okay? So this is how you can also create. You can also create an area chart here. You can also create, a stacked area chart. And in stacked area chart, we can also drag this value. So this is up to us what and how we want to represent the data, what is actually asked. And by doing this is a very basic data set. So for beginners who are just starting Power BI, it will be very helpful to get understanding of how things work in Power BI. Obviously, if you want to do more with the cosmetics like x-axis, their values, color of values, so this scale. So whatever you want to change is there. So this is something that we have covered in separate videos, and we will cover in other videos. Thanks for watching that video. Have a nice day. Have a nice